everyone, and welcome back to the Cabral Concept. I'm Stephen Cabral, board-certified naturopathic doctor. Thank you so much for joining me today on this Mindset and Motivation Monday. I'm excited to get started, excited to start the week as always, and this topic today is truly one of my favorite. I believe it is one of those things that kind of set my life basically on a new course. It's when I started to learn these principles. I talked about them last week on the Friday review. Hopefully you checked that out. It was a specific book called The Success Principles. But essentially, the book gives you 64 different principles. And one of those principles for sure talks about the law of expectation. And it honestly is a law. And it's too bad that in schools they don't teach this. And because the truth is that you can accomplish so much more in life if you understand true psychology. But psychology from a subconscious perspective. There's a few psychology books that I've written, like textbooks when I was studying in school, that talked about the subconscious, but barely any, like literally barely any, unless you start to just read books on your own, whether it was Carl Jung or some of the other amazing psychologists. You just don't learn about the subconscious. And Dr. Joseph Murphy is just a great example of that. I love his work. I love his books. But the law is universal, which means none of these people came up with it, meaning like Tony Robbins didn't come up with it, Les Brown didn't come up with it, Jim Rohn didn't come up with it, Dr. Joseph Murphy. None of these people came up with this because it's universal. It's built into us as a human. So a lot of times you'll speak with successful people. They're like, oh, I don't know any of that. I didn't study any of that type of psychology or that subconscious. I didn't study this thing about law of expectation, and I still achieved it. Well, the truth is that successful people are using these laws in life, whether it's successful, and again, I talk about my 5 realms, right? I talk about it from a health perspective, a body transformation, a relationship, spirituality, and essentially financial or career. It's all of those things. And some people do better and some than others. Some have it all, right? They have it all. Now, that doesn't mean that someone's a billionaire if that's what we're talking about. No. They have what they want. They have what's right for them. Not everybody wants to be a billionaire. I certainly do not want to be a billionaire. That's not a goal of mine, because of this whole law of expectation. It's what you think about coming along with it. But what I want is an overall balanced life. That's what I'm looking for. And I lean more towards health, and I lean more towards about like just teaching and service and growth and my family and being able to balance time with them. That's what I'm looking towards. But what I'm talking about here is this thing called law of expectation. So what is it? Well, it's essentially looking at you're going to get more of what you expect, okay? It's more of what you expect in life. And you might say, well, I've tried that before. I've tried to be optimistic. I've tried to be positive. I tried to be all these different things, and it didn't happen. Well, that's what we really have to talk about. We have to get a little bit more into that, because you're saying the words. You're saying that you want to be healthier. You're saying that you want to be happier, have a better career, any of these things. But are you really feeling that? Is that really the vision that you've set for your life? Because the truth is that we can say things, we can talk about being positive, but do we really feel that? Is that really the vision that we not just set for our life, but that we believe in? Right? Do you believe in yourself? That's the important thing, because it's not enough to just say the words. It's not even enough to just believe at a superficial level. You need to actually set the vision and believe deeply in yourself that you can make it happen. Now, that's why I say to people, if you set the goal to be, let's just say, meet that perfect person, have a family, have children, live here, live there, whatever it might be, but you are single right now, you haven't dated anybody that you felt was, a great match for you in like 2 years, okay? So you feel like you're so far away from that. Well, the truth is that you still set that vision for yourself. You can make it happen, but what we need to do is focus now. Like, that's the big vision, but what about all the steps along the way, right? All the steps along the way that you can start to get some small wins, like signing up for some type of online-based dating service, talking with friends about whether they may know someone or not, speaking with people at work, like all of these different things where you're now at least making that first effort. You're taking a little bit of action, and I would say even more so, you're flipping the switch on saying, I will never meet that person. It's too late, or this, and this. All the great people are always taking. Like, those are the lines that go through people's head. So now what you're doing is you just set your expectation that you will never meet that person, that it's too late, that too many years have gone by, that all the good people are taken. Do you see what I'm saying? You're already using the law of expectation. That's what I'm talking about right now. So your law of expectation is that you expect to meet all the bad people. You expect that all the good people are taking. That's your expectation. We need to change that because I can tell you right now, you will get more of what you expect. Will it happen tomorrow? Maybe not. We'll talk about that in a moment. But here's the other thing. What about health? What about all these people I work with who have met with a dozen other specialists? Why would they get better when they speak with someone like myself or another integrative-based health practitioner who's focused on them and bioindividuality? Why would it be any different, right? So they might say, I've already tried all the supplements. I've already run all the labs. I've already spoken with all the specialists. How can any other person be any different? Their expectation is they've done it all. They've tried it all, that this is their lot in life. Everyone in my family had Hashimoto's. Everyone in my family had rheumatoid arthritis. Everyone in my family had psoriasis. Everyone had high cholesterol. Everyone had cancer. All of these things, right? So that's your expectation. Your expectation is, well, everyone in your family had this, so obviously you're bound to get it as well. What about career-wise? Well, no one in my family has ever made X, right? Never made more than $50,000 a year, $60,000 a year. Never achieved what they wanted to do with their life. They always took a job, the safety, the security, and they did what they were supposed to do to provide for their family. Well, that's your expectation. Why should you break that mold? Who are you to break the family's mold? What will your family say about you if you do that? These are all deep conditioning we have inside of ourselves. Myself as well. I don't know if that was a little Freudian slip as well, but for sure, I grew up with all of those safety and security-based things. I remember when I went to open up my first studio back in, this is like 2005, I got the idea, okay, 2005. And I ended up opening it in end of 2006, opened the doors on January 27th, 2007. Yes, I know the date. And when I told my parents that this is what I was going to do, they said, oh, you don't want to do that. You have to take on the rent. You have to take on all the responsibility, this, and this. They tried to talk me out of it. Why? Well, because they're good parents. They were looking out for my safety and my security and watching out for me as their son. Was that was best for me? Of course not. I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't taken that risk. Now, that risk is not for everyone. I was willing to take that risk because of the type of mindset that I developed, the type of person that I was looking to be. All of those different things, right? That's not the right decision for everyone, and I'm certainly not recommending you take on the rent, the responsibilities, all those things, unless you're built in that way, meaning like that is the mindset, and that's the person that you're looking to be, because a lot of times you don't want that because that's all consuming, basically owning your own shop. However, if it's your thing for you, then that's your thing for you, and then you have to set that motion into belief. But there's a lot of people who are much better off at really being able to build their business inside of a wellness center, inside of a studio, inside of a insurance-based company, inside of, a hedge fund, any of these different types of things, like all these different people that I work with. And that's great because you don't want to have all the overhead and responsibility, but you still can build yourself inside of that. So what I don't want to do today, though, is feel like I'm putting my wants, needs, and personality on you. What I'm trying to say is no matter what right now, your life, the life that you're living, good, bad, neutral, is because of what you've expected to get to until this point. Now, I know that a lot of people don't like me to say that. They don't like to hear that. And again, am I the first person to speak these truths? No, because they're universal truths. So if someone's in hard times right now, they say, how dare you say that I want this? And I'm not saying that you do want it. I went through plenty of hard times, and I say I went through hard times until about the age of 25, 26, 27, right around there, okay? Because I hadn't yet been able to really reprogram and rewire my mind, reprogram my conditioning. And don't get me wrong, I'm doing it to this day. But it really made the change over the course of from around age 22 to around age 25, 26. I kept working at it. I stumbled. I'm stubborn. I'm probably more stubborn than most, but I kept working at it. And what I did was I began to change my expectation. So you might say to me when I was really sick at age 17, 18, all the way up to 23, 24, 25, as I was starting to get better, Well, that's because you're expecting to get sick. Well, I was not expecting to get sick per se, but I had grown up as a sick kid. Parents were sick. Grandparents were sick. Everybody talked about their illnesses all the time. We had the expectation that you got sick all the time and you just took a Z-Pack. You just took antibiotics. That's the way life was. You were always going to doctor's appointments. My parents did that. My grandparents did that. That's the conditioning that everyone has handed down to everyone else. That cycle stopped with me. I changed that. My children, they see me as their doctor. They see me as their healthcare practitioner. They don't go except to get their annual physical, whatever they need, okay? That's what they go for. Their expectation is, sure, you catch a cold, but you know what? You get better, and you get better quickly, and you get better using natural methodologies. You get better with herbs and vitamins and rest and Epsom salt baths and steams and all of these things. That's how you get better. That is now going to be their expectation. Do you see? I'm conditioning them in what I believe, and again, I'm only doing the best of my ability because your beliefs are going to be different than mine. But all I'm trying to say is I'm trying to condition my children in the best way that I know how so that they don't have the same safety, security, illness-based, whatever it is, mentalities. And again, my parents did the very best of their ability. They did the best of their ability. What was passed on to them, they then taught to me, and they did their best. I will fail at times. I will do the wrong thing for my children, but not because I want to, but because it slipped. All we're trying to do is the best that we can. But I can tell you this, the law of expectation is always at work. So when I was sick, it was because I was conditioned to that. I was expecting that. I was just expecting that when things went well, they would go bad again pretty quickly as well. That was my expectation. How many of us believe like, oh, okay, things are going great, but let's just gotta wait. Murphy's Law, right? Something's gonna go wrong now. Well, that can't be your expectation. Sure, things will go wrong in life. That does not have to be your expectation, though. Your expectation can now be what mine is. Things are going to go great. Sometimes I will stumble. When I stumble, I will learn from it. I will learn from that as quickly as possible. I will get myself righted and I will get myself back on track. That is what I'm committed to doing. I will learn from my failures. Failures teach me a lot of times more than my successes. And I will try to bring up all of those around me, and I will do my best to just try to be a good person along the way. I will not take anyone down in order for me to become successful in all 5 facets that I consider to be all part of life. That is my mantra. That is part of my mindset. That's a vision I've created for myself and one that I need to work on every day. So how do you begin to change your vision for yourself, your vision for your life? Because that's where it starts. Well, the first thing is believing that you can make this happen. We all grow up with certain conditioning. Yours might be worse than mine. Mine might have been worse than someone else's. It does not matter. I'm not dealing with your life. You're not dealing with my life. We're dealing with our own life. That is the only life that we can really deal with. Sure, we can help friends. We can help our children. We can help elderly parents. We can help anyone we want. But ultimately, they need to set their own vision. It is us then to just do as much as we can to help them while also helping ourselves. And that was the topic of last Monday. Hopefully you checked out that show on, really why you matter too. You matter. And this is why, well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to start to create this vision. And what I want you to do is write down, okay? Write down. I want you to do this today while motivation is high. Write down at lunchtime. Take a quiet lunch to yourself, all right? Get out of the house. Get out of work. Go in your car if you have to, okay? Take 20 minutes. Take a half hour, whatever you need. Or if the family responsibilities build up, wait till everybody's in bed. Get 20 minutes less sleep tonight. It'll be worth it, okay? Write down right now. Quiet. Dim the lights. Get a candle. Write down. Not on your phone, write down with pen and paper, okay? Phone's okay, but write down with your pen and paper the vision that you want for your life, okay? I talked about it before. That's why I really want you to tune into these previous Mindset and Motivation Mondays. I talked about it on episode 780, I believe, how to create the ultimate bucket list. And that was a day, it was my birthday actually, that I talked about like creating this bucket list. All things you want to achieve in your life, because that ultimately is your life. Because that is helping you to set the vision. What do you want? What do you want for the relationship? What do you want, for friendships as well in there? What about your health? What about your body? What about your career, right? What about all of those things? In career, I just mean like, what are you doing for the growth factor, right? What are you doing for the growth factor? And then also your spirituality. Like, what do you want to believe in? What are your beliefs? What makes you happy? What's that spirituality? It might be a specific religion, and that's great. Yeah, absolutely. Your faith is your faith, and I hope that you have a strong faith because that's going to help you through those hard times as well. But you know what's also going to help you through those hard times is your faith in knowing and belief in yourself that you are strong enough to make it happen, that you understand that your expectations is going to lead you to future events in your life. So I want you to write down where you live, the house that you live in, the family you have, or the relationships you have, because not everybody wants a family, and that's perfect, because that is you as an individual. You get to write your life. And I want you to know now, forget about these things with timelines. Okay, you don't have enough time, or, it's too late, or any of these things. No, it's not. It's never too late. It's never too late. And stop saying that it can't be done because right now someone else is doing it and someone else has already accomplished it. So just because you're saying it can't be done, please don't share that with other people who are doing it and who can make it happen, because you know what? You can too. I told you the story before. At no point in my life did anyone that I know ever become, I'm a naturopath, right? A naturopathic doctor, but did anyone ever go into that field, all right? So never in my wildest abilities, okay? Or wildest dreams did I think I'd get to this field. And I didn't still until about 27 years old, 26, 27, okay? Right around then, I had just met my mentor, Dr. Pete, and I was just trying to heal myself. That's it. But I had read thousands of books by that point. And she just said, how have you not gone back to school? How have you not gotten your degree? What are you doing? She basically talked to me like, what's wrong with you? That's essentially what she said. And I appreciated that because she not only believed in me, but she said that I think you'd be falling short if you didn't go back and make this happen. Because it's what you're passionate about. Yes, you're passionate about fitness, but you're also passionate about, you're using fitness and nutrition as a way of helping people achieve their best life, right? She didn't say that, but now I understand that. And functional medicine is one more way. Do I even do I even consider myself a functional medicine doctor or practitioner? Yes, but what ultimately do I want to happen? I want people to live their best life. That's it. And one more way that I can make that happen is by getting people to believe deeper in themselves, believe in the way that they can heal their body, so they can go on and use that. They can heal their body and then go on to achieve great things with their life. That at the end of their life, they can look back and say to themselves, no regrets, no regrets. Remember, we're all going to achieve different things in life. We look at life differently. People have to start taking out of the equation looking like a lean, ripped model on the cover of Women's Health or Men's Health. Or get rid of the idea that you need to be a millionaire or multimillionaire or any of these things. Or that you need to go to India and study and be in an ashram to get deep spirituality, right? Or any one of these things. Because that might not be for you, right? That might not be for you. The media's portrayal of a lot of these things are a Western-based philosophy. That is not how most of the world sees life and happiness in general. What I want you to do is define how you see your ideal life. What's your vision for life? That will allow you to set your vision, your goals, your bucket list, and then we can start to work towards it. So what is that ideal family life or ideal house or ideal relationships? I want you to script that out. What does it look like when you wake up in the morning? What do? I want you to actually write out your ideal day from when you wake up and as you move through the day to when you go to bed at night. I've done this before. I've scripted it out. And some of those things have come true and some haven't, because why haven't some? I've changed my vision for my life multiple times, and you get to do the same as well. Here's the most important thing. You're taking control of your life by doing this, because you're starting to believe in yourself. You would not do these exercises. You would not do these exercises about creating your vision and your bucket list if you did not start to believe that you can make these things happen. So already, just quietly, already we're tricking that subconscious. We're getting it to change its expectations. Just maybe these things can happen. Remember, I'm not looking for you to jump out of the plane without that parachute. I'm not looking for you to make that type of leap of faith. What I want you to do is just keep yourself open to the possibility, right? And here's the biggest thing. Again, someone's already doing what you want to do that's probably came from less than you have. That's the truth, right? And someone's already accomplished it. So that's why I want you to set your visions for everything that you want in life, everything that you want out of life. It may change, but write it all down. And then just be careful, though. Be careful who you share it with. So create your vision board. Maybe start to cut out images that you can put up on a board and that you can look at every morning as you wake up, as you're brushing your teeth, getting ready for the day. Or maybe, and you can look at it before bed. But be careful who you share these thoughts with. Make sure that you're sharing them only with the right people, okay? Who can you share them with? Well, a mentor, a friend who truly believes in you and truly supports you, or someone who's already accomplished these things, right? Why? Because all of those people already know that you can make it happen. That's the truth. If you work with a mentor, they've already done it. They've accomplished it most likely. Somebody who's already done it, well, of course they believe you. Of course they believe you can make it happen. They've already done it, so why not you? Most people that you'll meet in life who've already accomplished the relationship advice, the spirituality, the health, the body transformation, they went through it. They've already done it. They know. They could probably give you the shortcut. That's the truth. Hopefully, these Mindset and Motivation Mondays are helping you with those shortcuts as well. But I'll tell you this as well, is that as you begin to believe just a little bit more, and that's why, again, reading the books every day, listening to the podcast every day, watching the videos every day, doing all of those things creates repetition. The repetition in the mind, writing every day what you're grateful for, writing every day, even the small things that are creating the wins, gets you to believe in deeper expectations that you can one day make this happen. We are reprogramming the subconscious mind. It is the subconscious mind that dictates your expectations. It dictates your major thoughts. Why do your thoughts matter? Because your thoughts, which we think nothing of, they just pop into our head, right? Well, those thoughts elicit certain emotions. And those emotions make us take action. We take action on what we believe we should do or not do. But remember, we're doing a lot of things in life or not doing a lot of things in life because of our programming from our past. We stay away from things that will pull us out of our comfort zone. Well, remember, the only way to get a little bit more, to move a little further in life right now, is to move out of that comfort zone. I'm not asking you to jump out of the plane without the parachute. I'm asking you to take some small steps. Those small steps right now is creating the bucket list. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to get out of life? Start to jot down what's your ideal day look like. Ideal relationship with your kids, your parents, your friends, all those things. What about your ideal health? I work with a lot of people right now, maybe fatigue-based, myalgic encephalomyelitis, mitochondrial just kind of burnt out, chronic fatigue, all those things, right? What do I tell them? You're going to get better. You're going to get better. Do you believe that? Do you believe it? And they say, I don't know. I've been sick for so long. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to do my part. I'm going to give you everything we know in science, in research, the best of nutritional supplements, the best detox, the best food, the best everything. But I need your psychology to be on board with your physiology. That means I need your mind to agree with your body because I'm going to help repair that body. You're going to be doing it. I'm just going to give you the blueprint. But I need your mind to be in unison with your body because if not, there's nothing I can give you. There is no pharmaceutical drug. There's no herbal-based remedy. There's no anything that can beat the power of the mind. So I need your mind to believe along with me that we can get better. And I want you to say to yourself, you're not going to get better tomorrow, and that's okay. You will get better in time. It might be next week. It might be next month. But what you need to know is your expectation is that you're going to get well. In my new book, I've spoken about what? I've spoken about the mantra, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. And you can use this in every part of your life. Better in what? Spirituality? Better in what? Relationships? How about health? How about transforming your body? What about your career? Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Or every day, in every way, I am, and you can fill in the blank from there. You are creating repetition. That repetition, if combined with true emotion elicits a subconscious reprogramming. It changes the way that we think. It begins to change some of our instincts. And that becomes then new action. Every time you encounter something that you used to shy away from or whatever, you'll get that just for a split second. And then that new rewiring turns on and says, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You can be a little scared, but here's why we need to move forward. And that's just that first time. That's it. Push through, make that small change. And I'll tell you, the results don't always come overnight. They're not supposed to. Results don't always come overnight. They don't. Because why? If it happened overnight, you wouldn't have to go down the path. And if you don't go down the path, you don't know how you arrived at your destination. You can't just pop from A to Z. You need to walk down the path. I tell people this all the time. As I help them heal their body, we have a blueprint. If 10 years from now, you slide down because of life circumstances, because of whatever, and you get sick again, guess what? You know exactly how to get well again as long as you saved your blueprint. Because that blueprint is a roadmap. That roadmap will get you to your final destination again. Because most of us slide in the same exact way, okay? We slide in the same exact way, and that is because of our genotype, our genetic makeup. Remember, we can fix that. We can change it. We can reverse that. We are not destined by our genes. Remember, epigenetics, turn them on, turn them off. Be aware of them. Be aware of them. They're not going to control you, okay? But it is your body's ability to work with what you put into it, right? Replenish it. Take out the toxins, replenish it. But remember what you're doing on the path to health. The same thing with achieving all of your goals. The reason you're not going to achieve them tomorrow is because you need to learn how. You have to go through the lessons. So if you have to go through the lessons, you may as well start today. What's today? Creating the vision. What is that vision? Write down your bucket list. All the things that you want to achieve in life, okay? Doesn't have to be overwhelming. They don't all have to happen tomorrow, next year, or even 10 years from now. I told you on the last Monday, or the bucket list one that I spoke about in March, of things I wanted to achieve 15, 20 years from now, like travel then, okay? I'm planning it out now. Those are all things that I get to look forward to. I don't need to achieve things today because I get to look forward to my future. That's a great thing. That keeps my body healthy, saying, hey, we're going to be alive a long time, right? There are things I want to do in my 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, because things in my 80s will be different than they will be in my 50s and 60s for sure. Like all of those things. So that's what you want to look at. You want to start to create that. Then I want you to start to script your ideal day. And I want you to get really clear in that vision for what you want in your life. Now, it's okay to focus on one. Everyone always has a one, right? What's most important? Is it the family, the relationships, right? Is that most important? Or maybe right now it's your health, right? Because you need your health before pretty much anything else. That body of yours needs to move you through this life. Keep it healthy, okay? What about body transformation? If transforming your body helps you change that self-image, which allows you then to go for the career, the relationships, everything else, then do that. That's number one. Pick one, go after it. Because remember, your life is really limitless in what you can accomplish. That's the truth. Your life is limitless in what you can accomplish, but your life is waiting for you to change your expectations. Because if you don't change those expectations, you're not going to get the life that you want. That's the law of expectations. I want you to become a believer. Why do I want you to become a believer? Because you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose by believing in yourself, and no matter what, the law of expectation is already at work right now. You have gotten what you expect. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean it in a positive way. And I mean it in a positive way because if you believe that, then you know you can change it, okay? And that is why, if you begin to look at these universal principles about taking responsibility for you, right? Take responsibility. It's such a beautiful thing because if you believe that you are responsible for you and your life, then that means you have control over it. If you have control over it, you can begin to change your wiring, begin to change your thoughts. If you can change your thoughts, you can change your emotions. You can. And if you can change your emotions, you can begin to change your actions. And if you change your actions, anything is possible. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Mindset and Motivation Monday. I appreciate each and every one of your listens. I'm truly grateful for our entire community. I can't say that enough. Thank you again. Thank you for just tuning in. I greatly appreciate your support. This month, my team and I had 2 last-minute changes to our April special offer. Just days ago, we were literally without sufficient quantities of a product we wanted to give away free of charge, but we couldn't manufacture enough in time. So instead of crying over spilled coconut milk, we scrambled to come up with something we've never done before, but that we believed you'd enjoy. After a couple hours of brainstorming, the answer became obvious. What we decided to do was simply to give you $10 cash on us to spend on anything you'd like in our online store. There's no catch and no strings attached. We just want to give you $10 to spend however you'd like at StephenCabral.com/store. So instead of me making a recommendation for what I would love you to try, I want you to take $10 on us this month and apply it to whatever nutritional supplement, protocol, or lab test kit you feel best fits you. I'm truly grateful for how much this podcast and community has grown, and it's the least I can do. So to take $10 off your next order, simply go to StephenCabral.com/store and enter the promo code TAKE10 in your shopping cart at checkout. This is a limited time offer during the month of April 2018 and cannot be combined with any other promo offers. I hope you are able to take advantage of this special offer, and thank you again for your support of the Cabral concept.